Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, it's a bit different today. We're going to be flying in a thunderstorm. There is lightning, thunder, and it is unbelievably filthy, this weather. Why have I chosen this weather? Well, this is what it's like outside at the moment. It is grey, it is raining, and there's thunderstorms. So that's the kind of day it is. So to add a little bit of immersion, a little bit of realism, I've chosen the exact same weather as what we're having here in reality, just outside KVM headquarters. Okay, so we're going to be flying KVM World Travel this morning. Our service is from Melbourne across over to Tampa International. Just a short hop, so it's not going to take us very long. Now, it'll be quite a short video, obviously, because the visibility is very, very poor. So we'll see the taxi and the takeoff, and we'll climb up through the clouds where it'll be nice and clear, but there won't be much to see in the way of scenery and all that. So we'll cut that short, and then we'll come down through the clouds, and I'll turn you guys back on as we come down through the clouds for the landing, because that is going to be quite exciting. It'll be low visibility, so that will be fun. But anyway, we have 175 happy customers on board our 737 MAX this morning. Well, it's about midday actually, about 11 I think. So we're going to get started, taxi, and head over to the active runway. Now we're going to turn on some land power somewhere. What the heck, let's just get our co-pilot to go through all that and get all that set up. Okay, he's got to do something, right? He can't just sit there doing nothing all day while we do everything. That is not realistic, is it? So let's add a little bit of realism to our flight today and get our co-pilot actually doing something for a change. So he's turned on all the systems, he's going through all the checks now, so that is all good. Our customers are loaded, and we have retracted the air bridge. It always amuses me, these YouTubers that start on a cold, dark aeroplane, and they think they're experts and professional airline pilots, and they start with a cold, dark airplane. One of the first things they do is attach the air bridge, and I'm thinking to myself, how the hell did they get on the plane with no air bridge? What did they put down, a ladder, climb up through the window? If they've got to attach the air bridge, how the hell did they get on the plane? So they want reality and all the details. They want a study level plane, but not really a study level brain, I don't think. So let's add a little bit of reality today and get the co-pilot doing something. And of course, when you're in the plane and you're operating and you're setting things up, of course the air bridge must already be attached, right? Otherwise you and your co-pilot can't get on. The passengers are all in. We've retracted the air bridge. So we're going through the startup procedure, and we can get pushback now. Now, I'm no expert as far as adding reality to the flight or the systems or the plane. I'm just a casual flyer, so I've got no idea actually when it comes to reality or all the proper technical systems and procedures. I just have fun, like I say, so I can't really criticize anybody else, to be honest. Can I? Okay, so we get pushed back here. Well, here, look at those clouds. They are as black as the inside of a black pig's ear. That is filthy. It's going to be very interesting. Okay, so we'll take off our parking brake. That will make it easier for the tractor to push us back. And then we'll get this flight underway, and we'll head up into the wild black yonder there. Could be a little bit scary today, guys. A little bit scary. Okay, so that's the safety messages out of the way. We're now going to taxi over to the runway over there somewhere, and we'll be underway in this filthy, rainy, horrible weather.
attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Now I've worked out if you want to get the plane right on the center line, guys, you see that windscreen wiper there, that knob at the end of the windscreen wiper. If that is lined up perfectly with the line in the middle of the runway or the taxiway, you know your wheel is on the line and in the right position. Have a look outside. There we go. Look at that. Almost absolutely perfect. Feed of the fat, Captain. Feed of the fat. Plane should start to lift off all by itself as we reach around 140. Here we go. She's lifting off. That is beautiful. Just control the pitch, positive rate, gear up. Just control the pitch so we don't go up too steeply. We don't want anything to happen untoward. We don't want to have a stall. Let's have a look at the runway. Melbourne International. Beautiful. Right on the coast there. A little bit of a wind here. It's throwing us right off course already as we've lifted off the runway. So that's very, very interesting. Okay, autopilot on. Auto throttle on, and we're going to set our speed. Flight director on, auto throttle on. Set our vertical speed to positive 1950. We're clacking here, which means our need to raise our flaps. Now let's just check our map, see how we're going as far as our flight plan is. Pretty much right on our flight plan already. So we took off at the right end of the runway this time. Didn't have to loop right around, so that's a good sign. Save a bit of fuel that way and a bit of time. Now let's have a look at the flight control panel. Double check everything. Auto throttle on. Flight director on. Speed controller is on. And I'm going to bring our speed up to 300 knots today. 300 knots we're going to cruise at. LNAV is on, so we follow our GPS, our course. Altitude is on. Altitude is on. Yep. Vertical speed is set at 1950. Autopilot is on. Altitude, we're going to cruise at 12,500 feet. It's not a long trip today, it's a short hop, so we don't need to be too high up in the air. So I think that is all looking sweet. And we're coming up through the clouds now. Look at this. Doesn't this look amazing? Just beautiful. Lovely crops and fields there, but look at us coming up through the pea soup. Very, very threatening, these dark, stormy clouds. But it really does look amazing.
Attention all passengers, we will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white wine. Please return to your seat so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
Yes, it's time to start working on those snacks, Linda. I'm certainly going to have some of those cheese and pickle crackers. That sounds really nice with a nice fresh cup of coffee. When you have time, guys, send a few things up here on a lovely little plate. And my co-pilot and I will tuck into those. Look at these clouds. Wow, look at this. Oh my gosh, isn't that amazing? Right, we better go inside and check our our displays, make sure the plane is doing everything it's supposed to do. Okay, we're coming up to our cruise altitude. We're over 9,000 feet now. We're at around about just over a 5% climb rate. Our speed is almost at our cruise speed, 299 knots, 299 knots. Everything on our flight control panel is all looking sweet. All good there. Up here, I think we can turn off our landing lights, but we'll leave our strobe and our wing lights and all those kind of lights on, so we've make sure everyone can see us. I think that's a good idea. Flaps are up. Trim is adjusting itself because of the autopilot. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to shut up for a while, guys. Let you enjoy the onboard service, all those lovely snacks and your tea and coffee. And we're just going to enjoy having a look at the scenery and these beautiful stormy cloud formations. You can hear the thunder there. Absolutely amazing. Right, I'll talk to you a little bit later on in the flight. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that was pretty scary. When you hear that wind, the rain, and the thunder, it is amazing. And the lightning. It is scary, man. Very, very immersive. Okay, we're going to start our descent now. As I said, it's a short hop. So we're going to come down to 5,000 feet initially. It's going to take us a while to get there. And then we'll be making a few turns to the right and the left to line up our final approach. Let's turn this on. Our negative 16 will do us. Down through the clouds. This is scary stuff. I'm actually quite glad it's just a simulator and not the real plane. I would be scared mudless, I tell you. I'm not a great flyer. Now, I know that sounds a bit strange, but I have a little bit of not a real strong fear of flying. But I'll say this, I am a nervous flyer. I don't fly well at all. I can never sleep on a plane. I guess it's just nervousness. I'm just a nervous flyer. I know there's nothing to be scared or nervous about, but it's just one of those things. I don't have a real deep fear that grips me, but I just feel a little bit of stress and a little bit nervous. That's all. Especially if there's a bit of turbulence and it's rough weather like this. And I've flown quite a lot, I've got to tell you, with my previous work. But I'm not happy about it. Yes, so I'm glad this is just a simulator, to be honest. So do I have any desire to fly a real plane or be a pilot? No, never. All of my life I've never had a desire to be a pilot or fly a plane. But I do like this game. I do like flying it. The fact that I'm a little bit nervous about some of the weather conditions and the flying just adds to the ambience, and it makes it a little bit more immersive when you have a little bit of feeling with the flying conditions as well. And a good simulator should give you that. It should give you that feeling of ambience and a little bit of nervousness or a little bit of pressure, you know, at the times when you're under the pump. So it is enjoyable, I've got to say, but not in a real plane. I'll say that. Okay, let's have a look at where we are. Coming down now, 8,000 feet. Still traveling quite fast. Let's have a look at our map. We're going to be turning to the right soon to intercept our flight path, our flight plan. So I'm going to bring our speed down. We'll come down to 200 knots at this stage. Around about 200 knots. Look at that, we can see some landscape down there as we come down through these storm clouds. Just awesome, fantastic. And although the clouds still look really good in FSX, they don't replicate this. They can't match this, you have to be honest. The eye candy is just absolutely awesome in Flight Sim 2020.
From the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We're gonna be landing in, about 20 minutes, so I'd appreciate it if you would return to your seats and fasten your seat belts at this time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our approach, we ask that you please check. Make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened, low and tight across your lap. Please return your seat back and tray tables to their full upright lock position. If you've had occasion to use your carry-on items, please make sure that they are safely stored underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead exposed bin. Also, if you're using any type of electronic device, if you would please turn it off until we are approaching the gate.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we request that you store your electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. We also ask that you extinguish all smoking materials. In final preparation for landing, please make sure your seat backs are straight up. Your tray tables are stowed, and any carry-on luggage you may have brought on board with you is underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to do their final compliance check and pick up any remaining cups and glasses.
Okay, turning to the right now to head towards our final approach. (5,000 feet), so I can bring my altitude down. I want to be around 3,000 feet as I begin my final approach and intercept the ILS glide slope. There we go. I've set the vertical speed to minus 1900. Our speed, I could probably bring that down a little bit now. It's going to take us a while to slow down, so I'm not in a hurry at this stage. 180 knots is fine for now. we get down around 180, 170 knots, I will start lowering the flaps. Beautiful, we're down under those big nasty clouds now. Can hear the whistling of that wind. Can you hear the wind whistling? Oh, it's a sinister wind, I tell you. It's a sinister wind. Okay, just got a big loop round to the left, and then we'll be on our final approach for the runway. Coming down to 3,000 feet, and we're at 190 knots. Can come down a little bit. Don't need to slow down too much at this stage. And we're approaching Tampa International now. Just a short hop, and the time went quite fast actually. I thought I was going to be editing a lot of the time out of this video because there was no visibility, but actually flying through those clouds, I just had to show you. It looked so amazing, so awesome. I just had to leave the video running and show you what it was like flying through those heavy thunderstorm clouds. It was just amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that. Bring our speed altitude down to 3,000 or just under is fine. A little bit of turbulence. You can see that the plane rocking around as we were going through that thunderstorm. A little bit of turbulence there, a little bit of shaking, so it was all good. Lower our flaps a little bit more. Just going to sneak in under these heavy storm clouds here, but I think we will still have pretty low visibility when we reach the airport. Whoa! Did you hear that thunder? Oh my gosh. That is scary. I just want to run back to bed, put my head under the pillow, guys. That is scary. Okay, we're at 2,900 feet. The speed is 179 knots. We have our flaps down. Not full. The flaps are down quite low, but they're not down full yet. Looking good. I think it's going to be a bit exciting, this landing. And there we go. There's our visibility. We're down quite low now, but it is just pea soup. That's all it is. Pea soup. We can't see a dang thing. Look at that. Thank God for ILS landing systems. That's all I say. Thank God for ILS landing systems. If it wasn't for ILS landing systems, I would probably have to divert to another airfield. I would probably have to divert to another airport if the visibility was this bad. When you get down to a certain altitude, you can't see anything. You either use the ILS system or you go around and you divert to another airport. But today we're coming straight in and we're going to use the ILS. And I'm not sure I have enough fuel actually to head over to another airport. You always make sure, of course, if you're a Boeing or any kind of airline pilot, you make sure you have enough fuel that if you need to go around or you need to divert, you have enough fuel to get to another airport, 2 or 3 choices if you need to. So, and I probably have got enough fuel for that, to be honest, but I certainly aren't carrying full tanks, that's for sure. That thunder and lightning is really going bananas. You can hear it. It is really nasty out there. Really nasty. Okay, so we're going to start our slow turn to the left to intercept ILS. Fingers crossed, guys. I haven't done this in such low visibility in a thunderstorm before. This is my first video where I've actually done this. So fingers crossed, let's hope everything goes according to plan. Don't tell the customers or the passengers that I'm a little bit worried, okay? They won't be happy. They might demand their money back. I don't want that. A little bit of sunshine breaking through way up over there. Okay, let's bring our speed down. Hello, what's happened here? Let's bring our speed down a little bit. 160 knots. Right, I think we can lower our gear. We are close enough now. Check, gear down and locked. Lower our flaps a little bit more. Let's bring our speed down to 150 knots. A little bit clearer down at this altitude, so we have got a little bit of visibility, so that's not too bad. Okay, I think I'm going to go into approach mode now. Approach mode on. Cannot see the ILS diamonds on the display up here, so that could be something I've done wrong, or it could be a little bit of a mishap or a little bit of a bug with the systems. I'm not sure. I'll have to work on that. Either way, the autopilot has lined us up with the runway absolutely perfectly, so if we have to switch over and do a manual landing, it will be quite simple and easily done, because the autopilot has done a very good job of bringing us in straight as an arrow. Speed 150. I'm going to leave it at 150. It could be a bit lower, but I don't have good visibility, and I may even have to go round if we have to do a manual landing. If we get too low and the ILS hasn't done its work, I will have to power up and do a manual, go round and do a manual landing. So I'm not going to drop my speed too low at this stage. Any advice from experienced PC flyers or pilots out there is really welcome. Going into the P soup again. We're going down in altitude. So I'm really kind of hoping that the lights on, landing lights on, all landing lights on. I'm really hoping that we are locked onto the ILS. I really do. Still no sign of the runway. We're at 600. Well, we're really close to the ground actually. We got turbulence and storms and wind blowing us around, and still no sign of a runway. Where the heck are we? Oh, there's some lights. I can see some lights flashing there. See some lights. We're coming in at a real angle. See the way we're yawing around. We're really crabbing it because of the strong wind. Look at that. This is scary, guys. We are really crabbing. Okay, turn off the autopilot. And here we go. Better use my rudders. Come down. I'll use my rudders to straighten up as we hit the deck. A little bit of a flare. And we are down. Brakes on. Speed brakes. Stay in the middle of the runway, please. Wow, that was exciting. That was really scary, I have to say. Reverse thrust on. But we did it. We did it okay with virtually zero disability. Zero visibility, basically. That was really scary. But we made it. We came at a real angle. We were really yawing, we were really crabbing as we came in towards the runway there, really close to the ground. But we managed to straighten up as soon as our wheels touched the runway. So that was exciting with a capital X. Or is that a capital E? I'm not sure. I'm dyslexic, by the way, guys. But it certainly was the most exciting landing I've ever done. Probably the most scary, to be honest. Couldn't see anything until we were right down close to the threshold of the runway. Even now I can hardly see the terminal. Look at that. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Welcome to Tampa International. The weather's a bit filthy and a bit rough, but we do hope you enjoy your stay here, whether it be leisure or on business. And we do want to thank you for flying with KVM World Travel today. Sorry, the flight was a little bit rough, but a bit out of our control, so we just did the best we could in the conditions that we had. And we hope to see you back here again flying with KVM Airlines. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. It certainly was a little bit different for me anyway. The first time I've flown through a thick storm like that and actually landed a 737 in zero visibility. And I tell you, my palms are sweating. Ah, gee, I got to go and have a shower now and a cup of tea and a lie down. Oh my gosh. But it was fun. I enjoyed it, and I may want to do it again at some stage. Please leave a comment below. Any technical help or tips or tricks you can leave me if you're experienced. Would appreciate that. Don't just click the thumbs down for the sake of it. Let me know why, and let me know how we can do a better video next time. Okay, see you soon, guys, and keep safe. Take care. Ciao.